When COVID first hit in March of 2020, one of the biggest impacts that it had was on education. One of the people that saw this impact on education that COVID had was President of Montgomery Catholic, Justin Costanza. He talked about how he thought that COVID was one of the hardest times that he's ever seen in education.
I'll be honest, it was very hard. It was very difficult because you want your child to be safe. You want your child to um, you don't want them to get sick. You don't want them to be ill. You don't want them to be in danger. And so that, hey, right now, while we're not sure what's going on, home is the best place for us.
Another person that saw the impact of COVID in education was Michelle Gorman. One of the things that she talked about was how the Zoom meetings had an overall effect on the education level of the students that were trying to learn.
When the whole shutdown happened, it really changed a lot of aspects of learning and schooling and pretty much everything. Schooling went everything online, so it was like Zoom meetings constantly, just an 8-hour day of Zoom meetings and hoping that your child is actually listening to what's being told on the computer.
Now, while Zoom meetings were being held by the teachers, Michelle also talked about how it felt like the parents over time were slowly becoming more of the teachers and having to help teach their kids what the information was.
Basically, because after the Zoom meetings, you would get a link to all the homework that they wanted submitted online. So really, it was like we were homeschooling. Basically, we had to go back over the lesson ourselves. We had to read the homework, see what they were teaching. We had to make sure that they understood it because there wasn't a hands-on learning. There wasn't a, can you go over this again? It was just, here's your learning, here's your homework, go figure it out.
They weren't logging in and having class every day. They were completing packets and projects. And so as a parent, it was hard because we had to add almost like being the teacher to our daily task.
Current reports show that students learning during COVID were 3 grades behind what their current level in school was. Now, as time has gone on, more schools have introduced programs to help get rid of that gap and to put students on the right track. With NT Daily News, I'm Mason Branham.